Hi friends, it's Monday morning and that means it's time for another story time with Miss A, brought to you by the Northeast branch of the Reading Public Library. Today's story is read with permission from Macmillan Publisher, and it is The Little Blue Cottage, written by Kelly Jordan and illustrated by Jessica Courtney-Tickle. So it is the start of the month of December, one of my favorite months of the year, and I hope everyone is enjoying the winter holiday season. This book, I just wanted to read because I thought it was really cute. It's one of our newer books at the library, and in this, we talk about a cozy, beloved place. So when I think of December and the start of cold weather, I think of wanting to spend time in a place that I love, where I feel safe and comfortable, surrounded by people who also make me feel loved. And the Little Blue Cottage is a place that is beloved by our main character. And we've traced it through all of the seasons. Our craft today, we're actually going to be making the Little Blue Cottage in the winter time, covered in snow. So let's get started, and when you read this book, maybe think of a place that you love, like this Little Blue Cottage. So The Little Blue Cottage by Kelly Jordan and Jessica Courtney-Tickle. We have blue end papers like our blue cottage. And we see two chairs and I think a seagull. The Little Blue Cottage. And so we see the cottage on our first pages. The little blue cottage sat by the bay where pelicans flew and orange foxes played. So we have a pelican and a fox that is the color orange. All year the cottage waited for summer to return, and with it, the little girl. So does it look like summer in this picture? No, the sky is gray. Maybe it's very early spring, late winter, or early winter, since or maybe late fall. There are a couple of orange leaves on the tree, but we can tell it's not summer. When it's summer, what does it look like? The sun is shining. Maybe people are outside playing. There's lots of green grass and green leaves, so we can tell it's not summer. So this little cottage is by the seashore. So it waits for a little girl who comes in the summer. Some people go on vacation in the summertime. And so now, do you think maybe it's spring or summer? We have more flowers and pretty green leaves. So it says, when the weather grew warmer, she finally arrived. That's our little girl. She finally arrived. The cottage whistled and hummed and filled with light. Nose to window, the girl gazed at the waves and whispered, "You are my favorite place." Do you have a favorite place to sit in your home or somewhere else? Well, this little girl's favorite place is right here by the window in her cottage, her little blue cottage. Gray dolphins dove and white seagulls sang. Bright colored boats bounced over the bay. The bay is this water. When nighttime came, the rocking chairs creaked. They go creak, creak, creak as people rock back and forth. And waves lulled the girl and her cottage to sleep. So it's a relaxing, safe, and cozy place. Then it was fall. The girl left again. As leaves turned to gold, the blue cottage sighed. So we can tell it's fall by the golden leaves. Things are less green. Things are more orange and brown. And now that it's colder, she's left. When winter time came, the girl stayed away while the little cottage shivered through snow, ice, and rain. So do you think cottages can really shiver? No, but our house in this is like a character. So the house is experiencing the cold. So we would shiver if we feel cold to try to warm ourselves up. Can you go like this, wiggle around? That's called shivering. We shiver to keep ourselves warm when it is cold. And it looks very cold there, doesn't it? Why? We see all this white and light blue that reminds us of cold, cold weather. All the snow, the plants, they're dead there or have no leaves, they're sleeping. We see ice and the animals look very sleepy. And that's what it looks like in winter time. Summer came, dolphins splashed, and the blue cottage hoped, watching for the girl on the red clay road. So it's summer again. It's bright, happy colors. We see the boats. Eventually, a honk honk echoed around the bend. The girl had come back to the cottage again. Someone make that honk honk noise. Not the house. Not the boats. It was the car. Can you give a honk honk like the car horn for me? Let's do it together. Honk honk. And for the house, this is a happy sound because it means that little girl is coming to the house. They have a very special bond. The little cottage smelled like bacon, pancakes, and popcorn. Good smells. The little girl smelled like syrup, sunscreen, and sea. Do you know what those smells smell like? Here's this cozy picture. So it smells like bacon and pancakes because they cook nice breakfast together. And the girl smells like syrup because when you pour syrup on your pancakes, it gets on your sticky fingers. Sunscreen the sea from when she goes outside to swim. What a cozy scene. The girl cuddled close to her in her favorite nook and whispered, "I miss you when I'm away." When heat filled the cottage, the girl stayed outside. The cottage kept watch as she caught fireflies. She swam like a mermaid and yelled in the wind, "Faster, faster," and again, again. So right now in the book, the weather is very different than the weather we have outside. It is warm in these pages. And what does the temperature feel like outside? Is it hot or cold? It's cold. When thunderclouds gathered, the girl hid indoors where it was cozy, safe, quiet, and warm. Wild waves crashed and the world filled with water. As angry winds howled, the little cottage stood strong. So our houses, they keep us safe from the elements like storms. Inside, we are warm and safe. Year after year and night after day, the girl in the cottage, the sun and the rain, they grew up together from summer to summer. The little blue cottage, the little bay girl. So here are scenes of the cottage and the girl growing together over the years. I know that the house that I grew up in is a really special place to me because I have so many memories from my whole life growing up there, like this girl has with this cottage. Then one summer, the summer arrived and the girl stayed away. The cottage waited and waited. But do you see the girl? No, she didn't come. The kitchen was silent. Smells of syrup fading. The boat went unused and games went unplayed. Oh, this is sad. The house is empty. The cottage is empty. The cottage sat empty and dimming to gray through holidays, heat waves, and hurricanes. So it's been many years. Years came and went along with the hope that the girl would appear on the red clay road. So when we don't take care of our homes, the paint fades and the weeds grow, and you can see that the cozy cottage is lonely. Then one day, a faint beep beep echoed in the drive. It's another car horn. Can we give a beep beep? All together. Beep beep. And for the house, that is such a happy sound. Gravel crunched under feet, and the little cottage cried, "At last!" And do you see the girl? There she is. The girl, now a mother, had finally arrived. The cottage whistled and hummed and filled with light. So the cottage is older, and so are they, but they're going to take good care of it again now. The girl opened the windows and breathed in the waves. "I missed you," she whispered, "while I was away." Breathe in the scent. Do you ever return somewhere after it's been a long time you've been away? Just the smell can bring back so many memories. She repainted the cottage so it once more gleamed blue, and it was just like new. It was just like always. The rooms filled again with family, seashells, and songs. The little cottage beamed bright as the days lingered long. Gray dolphins dove and white seagulls sang. Bright colored boats bounced over the bay. So it looks happy and summery. I thought it would be nice to return to the joys of summer in this cold weather. When nighttime came, the rocking chairs creaked. Waves lulled the girl and her cottage to sleep. The end. So I hope you like this story. I just thought since we're all stuck in our homes, I would want to read a cute new book we have about a house that is well loved. So if you keep hanging out with us here, I'm going to make a cute cottage craft in the winter time like we have now, covered in snow. So stay with me if you want to learn how to do it, and make sure you get a Go Pack from the Northeast Branch Library if you want to make it with me. So let's make the craft. All right, friends, so for the craft that goes with our story time, we are going to be making a snowy little blue cottage. So make sure you get a Go Pack if you haven't already from the Northeast Branch of the Reading Public Library on 11th and Pike Street. And in your bag, you should find these things. This little cutout of a cottage, which we are going to color and paste things onto. Some blue popsicle sticks. A blue and green crayon. Some cotton balls. A piece of felt cut in the shape of a roof. And some glue. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I recommend you do too, is I'm going to color the bushes green and the sky blue. Feel free if you have other crayons to get creative, draw a background, add some clouds, but I'm just going to do some blue and some green. Let's get to it. So here is my colored background. The next thing we're going to do is take our popsicle sticks, and so what I'm going to do is glue these on to there. So I'm going to put some lines of glue. So I'll put a line of glue on, then a popsicle stick until we cover the whole thing. And if little kids can't really squeeze the bottle by themselves, adults, you can add a little line of glue for them, or put your hands over their hands and help them squeeze, put it on, and then they can put on the popsicle stick. So it's nice to sort of figure out how to line them up in that space. So as you can see, we're just going line by line, starting at the bottom and working our way up to the top. We're almost at the top now. And the final stick. Awesome. So we have all of our sticks down. The next thing we're going to do is add the roof. And if you want, you can use your, your blue crayon to color in that little triangle there. But we're going to find our felt piece and stick it on top. It has a brown roof in the book, but we didn't have brown felt, so black is pretty close. If you notice on the back, it's this paper, it's sticky back, but this is pretty old felt. So you wanna peel that out back and feel if it's still sticky. If it's not, use some glue to stick it on, but this is actually pretty sticky, so I'm going to stick it on like a sticker. And so this is good for kids' matching shapes. You wanna try to get it as close to the shape of the roof as possible. Ooh, Miss A missed a tiny bit. But there we see we have our roof on. So the next thing we're going to do is add windows and doors out of little pieces of paper or felt. Let me go grab mine. I forgot it at the table. All right, so I've come back with my door and my 2 windows. So for the door, we're going to glue it onto the bottom of our house. You could have it in the middle of your cottage house, or you could have it to a side. I think I'll put mine in the middle. So we want to put glue on the back. We don't want to use too much glue because it's paper, just a little. Try to get it to the corners, and then we'll stick it where we want it on the cottage and press down to have it stick on. Now the windows are made of that same sticky felt, so we're gonna peel off the back and see if it's sticky. Yeah, mine are pretty sticky, so I don't need glue. I'll just stick it on to my cottage. Peel off and press, and then I'll do it to the other one too. So we, oops, peel up and press. So this is what we look like right now. So we have it colored in the background. We have our blue sticks, our black felt roof, 2 windows and a door. Before I forget, I'm going to color in that little triangle blue where that window is. All right. And you know what? I'll color in the chimney too. So now what we have left is to make our cottage snowy. So we want our cotton balls. So instead of just gluing on these plain cotton balls, we are going to stretch them out. So we want our gentle fingers, and we're going to put a pinched 3-finger pinch on one side and a 3-finger pinch on the other side or end. We're going to slowly pull. And you can move around your fingers, but what we're doing is we're pulling it apart gently. We're gently pulling apart the cotton with our 3-finger pinches, our middle and 4-finger and our thumb, 3-finger pinches. So I have, looks like a fluffy cloud. I'm gonna put this on top of my roof so it looks nice and snowy. So once you've got it stretched out, I'm going to put the glue on the cottage. I'm gonna put the glue on the roof because it's a little less messy than putting it on the cotton balls. And then I'm going to glue on my cotton. So you just put lay it on and press. Now, if you go outside in the winter time, the bushes get covered in snow. So I'm just gonna rip apart a cotton ball, separate it in two, and then I'm going to do the pinch and pull for these two for my bushes. So you just wanna be pinching and pulling cotton balls, and then when they look like snow, just glue them on wherever you think there should be snow. So I'm going to add some on my bushes. You can do little pieces of the pulled cotton if you want it to look more like specific areas of snow. And then I'm going to make the ground snowy. So put a lot of thin layers of glue there and then stretch out a cotton ball to cover the ground. Our 3-finger pinch. And you don't have to use as much snow as I am if you don't want to. You could just add a little. Miss A likes snow, so she's adding a lot. And then I'm also going to take, you see what it looks like so far. I'm going to take the smoke coming out of the chimney, and I'm going to use cotton balls for that too, because I think it would look cute. So I pinch and pull. Try to make it the shape of this chimney smoke, and then add the glue. Need tiny little pieces for the part coming right out of the chimney. And if you have some extra cotton, you could also make little dots coming out of the sky. And to that I say, why not? I'll do it too. So I'm just putting little dots of glue a few places on my paper. And then I'm going to pinch out with a 2-finger pinch, little dots of cotton ball snow, and I'm just going to add them on. So 4-finger and thumb, 2-finger pinch, we get a little piece, and press it onto the glue dot. Ooh, my scene is very snowy cottage. Maybe it only snowed a little in your picture, maybe it snowed a lot. In mine, we had a whole lot of snow. All right, friends, so there you have it. Our snowy cottage scene is done. I hope you like this craft and this story, and I hope you will join us next Monday at 10 o'clock for another story time with Miss A. Hope you enjoyed this December, and I will see you next week. Bye!